Did you cancel any impressions, or are you just taking a break from the series? I'm just kind of taking a break. I haven't canceled it. I haven't really had a lot of extra energy to like do a ton of recording lately for personal reasons. I mean, I guess I can just say it at this point. My parents are going through a divorce, and it's been very difficult. I haven't had a lot of like spare time beyond what I have kind of attributed for the NLSS. There's been, you know, stuff going on related to that, as well as I just haven't felt very well a lot. I've been getting off caffeine because I've just felt so shitty. Like, I've been in pain a lot. Like, my legs constantly hurt from sitting all the time, and I need to get more exercise, as well as eat better. You know, lots of things like that. So, a lot of bad decisions that I've made, and, you know, my mom also has been chronically ill. So, there's a lot of things going on that I'm trying to, like, take care of in the background. So that's what the personal issues have been, but that's all been going on for the last month or so, and I've been trying not to get too down on myself about it, and trying to just, like, push through, not think about it too much, and find a way to be, you know, happy about it all. So, I don't know, I guess I've been taking everything extra hard and been, like, a bit stressed out about stuff, which is why I've been so frustrated with, like, all the negativity and stuff on YouTube, and everybody, like, giving me negative comments. Like, I just have no thick skin right now, if that makes sense. So I've been trying to just not think about it, but, you know, I have anxiety. I think about everything constantly. It's, like, the worst. Just dropping, like, 10 bombshells. It's stuff I don't like to mention this stuff because I don't want people to, like, take pity on me or anything like that, and I didn't want to say a lot of that stuff in the past because it's just, like, what do we gain from that? But I felt like I should explain why I've been so negative lately. Yeah, when going through hell, keep going. You know, I have some positive things, too. The fact that you guys are here and that you care to watch my stuff, I'm really happy about that. I have a fantastic girlfriend, I'm happy about that, and I get to see her soon, and I'm really happy about all of those things. Yeah, Jelly, you're right, and that is correct. It's just, you know, I'm trying to make sure that my mom's okay through the situation, because she's, you know, she's got stuff. I want to make sure she's supported properly if I can. So yeah, that's a lot of why I haven't been recording much for YouTube, and I've felt really bad about it, but I've also been beating myself up for it, and now I'm, like, super pissed because I've just been losing subscribers like crazy. Last night I lost, like, 50, and it's really depressing because, like, the one thing I have going for me is my ability to earn, and if YouTube ends up just dying, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. It feels really, really weird. So, yeah, I was just trying to keep my head up and not think about this stuff when I do streams and stuff, just kind of, like, not worry about it. Hope that it's okay. And I guess we'll find out, you know, how it ends, how the story goes. I'm in upstate New York, our Dunning. Take care of yourself first. I try to, but I also, like, there's limits to it in a way. Like, I have to keep doing what I'm doing, or I'm just not going to be able to make money, and that's going to be worse than if I don't take care of myself. Or than if, yeah. But, yeah, that's what's up with indie impressions. I still would love to continue doing it daily. I've just needed more time than I had in the past because of all the things I just mentioned. So, that's that. Can't do good videos when you got other shit going on. People who can't understand your person with your own shit can go, you know. I guess it's just really frustrating to see, you know, what I've worked for years at to try and get my YouTube channel to be successful to just kind of, like, start to shrink and go away. And granted, I don't blame them. I mean, if I'm not uploading shit they want to watch, why would they stay subscribed to me? I guess it's just I would hope that more people would still keep finding me and things keep growing. There was this whole thing, like, on, if you followed our Let's Play ever, like, everyone seems to believe that you snowball. Like, once your channel starts to get to a certain point, it gets easier and easier to get bigger. I think my channel is somewhere now. It's not nothing. It's not just starting out anymore. I mean, I've been at it full-time for nearly, what, over 3 years, actually. So that's not still starting out. But the snowball thing just isn't really true. If people start not being interested in you, they'll just leave just as fast as they showed up. You're only as good as you are that day, essentially. So, I don't know. Thank you very much, Silver Knight 16, for that donation. Nobody has to do that. I'm not trying to, like, garner sympathy or anything. I just wanted to let people know what was going on, why I haven't really been posting stuff. Thank you very much, though, Silver Knight. Message says, I'm sorry that life sucks for you now. This isn't pity money, I promise. It's love money. Thank you. Does stopping uploads for a little while really have that much of a hit on subscriber numbers? It can. I mean, I don't know what the hell was up with that. I've never seen like 50 people unsubscribe from me, so I was like, did I do something, or is this just one of those YouTube purges where people just like get dumped off it for being in inactive accounts, or I don't know. But it definitely hurt. Like, I hated seeing that. And right before that, I had somebody that left a comment that turned out that like they just didn't speak English properly or something, or like they didn't speak it the way that they intended me to hear it. But I had made kind of this little jab at Markiplier, and somebody said, like, no, Markiplier is an entertainer, you're anything but entertaining. For some reason, I took that, like, really hard. But then he went on to say, like, no, I didn't mean it that way, like, I just don't have a good grasp on the words I'm trying to use or something. So, I don't know, I just let that stuff get to me way too much. And then the other thing was my freaking car. So, like, most of the money that actually, I was going to say all, but it's not all of it, it's most of it. The money I got from the t-shirt campaign ended up being to fix my car. I spent $2 grand on that to get all this shit fixed. I got it back. My AC still didn't work. I brought it back to the shop again. They've had it for 2 weeks, and like every day I call them again, the bill is going up. Because first, they had to order this part. It showed up wrong. They ordered it 2 more times. It was wrong. The 4th time they got it. Then when they installed it, it didn't fix the problem. Then they had to bring it to a dealership to get some tests done, and now I had to order another part, and now I'm paying like, I don't know, between $1,100 and $1,500 to get my fucking air conditioner working. I'm so pissed. It's so stupid. I just wanted to have my car running properly. I could have bought another car for how much it's cost me now. But it's one of those things that, like, once you spent so much, it's like you just want it to just finish being expensive and just get everything done. It's already there. They have it. They could just fix it. And it just keeps getting more expensive, but hopefully tomorrow I get my car back if the part shows up properly. Oh, it's so infuriating. Why are you responsible for their stupid shit? I'm not, but like, I don't know, I can't prove what exactly happened. I'm not a mechanic. I wasn't there to watch all of what happened. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not trying to implicate them either. But the fact that I had to pay $900 for a part that essentially didn't do anything, I don't know how I feel about that. I called him on it today, and he was like, no, it was leaking. I was like, oh, I don't know if it was leaking. I didn't see it leaking, but it's too late now, so I gotta pay my bill. It's like, fucking hell. No, they helped me, though. They actually did help me out. It was gonna be more, and then he said he'll install the last part for no labor, which is actually a bunch of money saved, so... You don't know that they're... I don't know that they're hustling me. They've tried to help. I don't know. I'm not trying to implicate them, for real, though. Like, I really don't mean to come across that way. I'm just frustrated. They've been super nice to me, and my family's had a history with them, so, you know, I don't mean anything by it. I'm just frustrated that it's so expensive. Yeah, so it's just been a lot of stressful things all happening at the same time, which is why I've just been so overwhelmed, and I haven't really been doing much. I did record an episode of Cavern Kings. I wanted to say Catacomb Kids, and then I couldn't remember the other one. So I'll post that as soon as I get it rendered, which is what I was doing when we started the stream. Which is why I should probably go at this point, because I need to actually get some shit up on the YouTube channel now. And I should probably eat something. Although I'm running out of food, and I don't have a car. Oh, it's so frustrating. Everything's gone wrong at the same time. Hey, thanks very much, Big Meech. Oh, and Black Ryu also, or Black Ryu. I appreciate that as well. 2 months and 4 months, respectively. That's very kind of you guys. Thank you so much. And I know you guys love me, and I appreciate it so much. I'm glad that you guys are here. I really do. Like, the fact that I can stream on Twitch and you guys want to listen to me is the happiest thing, aside from my girlfriend, like, that I have going on, and I'm so psyched about that. And I still could probably make it if I just cut off the YouTube channel entirely, so, I mean, I feel kind of okay about that, but I don't really like the idea of doing that, because, not to disparage Twitch streamers, because I am one, but I don't feel like they hold as much weight when you're trying to get codes from people, or when you're trying to come across a certain way. Like, I think being a YouTuber, people seem to listen to that more, for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it just seems to be the case. Yeah. So I don't really want to end the YouTube channel, even though it might end up happening if people just all leave. I hope they don't, though. A similar situation as well. Be praying. Oh, thanks, man. You don't need to pray for me or anything. That's fine. But yeah, it wasn't an easy thing. It was not a clean situation. As like nobody took it well is the thing. It didn't go over well. So it was stressful. I'll say that. Play some Gameage. Yeah, I was just gonna end the stream in a second. I was just kind of going over some stuff that I wanted to get off my chest. I was thinking about actually just like making a video and saying all this stuff, but I don't know, it feels kind of weird. I didn't even necessarily want to say all that, but at the same time I feel like I should. I like to keep some private life, and I think that's probably the way to do it. I think if you get too caught up in somebody's daily life, it just gets to be a little awkward. And also then you become like beholden to people in a way that I'm not necessarily comfortable with. Not that I think I crossed that line per se, but that's why I kind of keep some stuff private. It's not that like I don't trust you guys with the stuff I say, it's just like for my own sanity, I guess, that I just want to have a little bit of a separation. You understand. Just make a video at a start and end. I could. I don't know. You know, the other thing is, too, I feel super sad about all the people that want me to cover their game on their channel, and then I just don't because I'm so overwhelmed with stuff. I think part of the thing that was a little daunting, because I was doing indie impressions every day, I would start to get a little bit overwhelmed with, like, I need to line up 7 more games for next week, and I want to cover all of these ones people emailed me, and I want to cover this LD competition, I want to cover this other competition, whatever it is. And then eventually I'm like, well, these are all going to take a bunch of research for me to be able to talk about them properly. I need to just cover the thing that I can cover blind the easiest for my own sanity. And then I started to feel really guilty about doing that because I wanted to cover certain games and then I wasn't. And then the developers were like, why aren't you covering my game? Do you not like it? I was like, no, I probably like it. I just haven't played it. But I can only play so many games per day and still have anything to say about anything, you know? Eventually it just gets to be crazy. You know, some games are just, they require a bunch of time to put in to really understand what the developer's trying to do with it. And sometimes I get in over my head, and like the amount of ditched episodes or things that like didn't record properly, it just got silly. So I had to do some things to make it a little bit more streamlined for myself. So it's not like I have a receptionist or like a secretary to look through my emails and find the right things and reply to people. And now I just don't even reply to anybody. So I got in over my head, I guess, is what it is. Thank you very much, Black Ryu, for the grats on the 100 or the 1 million Twitch views. Quality over quantity. Yeah, I've had moments where I think my quality has definitely dipped in terms for quality or for quantity, and I'm not super proud of that. A game which could help your channel about. Yeah, I know. Good lord, don't let NL talk you into taking up EU4. No, I'm not gonna let him do that. Who the hell would say what's wrong, you don't like our game? No, I'm just paraphrasing. Nobody's really said that, but I've had a few developers that sent me several emails and like, just wanted to check in with you, see if everything's okay. And a bunch of times, like, I really want to tell you, like, everything's fine, sorry, I just can't get to your game, but at the same time, I just feel guilty, you know? The Beatles are fine. YouTubers get way too much flack for missing vids now and again. Well, I mean, it's been like a month of me not doing indie impressions solidly. I did like 1 a week for a while, which was not even what I wanted. I think ideally I would do like 15 a month, something like that. Maybe do it every other day. What about doing live reviews? I think the biggest problem right now with my YouTube channel is that I've just been putting too much Twitch content on it, and people don't like that. They don't like being the second recipient of this information, you know? Like, that I'm talking to you guys, I'm not necessarily talking directly to them. And it's kind of complicated. It's just like, I don't have enough time to do both as much as I'd like. I like doing Twitch more, but I also like being a YouTuber. So how do I reconcile those things? There's a lot of different balancing things to do. Oh yeah, Yuki Russ, I know, and on Twitch, like, I think actually people are even more dedicated than on YouTube. I feel like if you don't do what YouTube people want, like, every day, that they just get mad. And also they leave a lot of negative comments, too, which you guys don't really do very often. I like you doing Twitch more, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's fair. I think I like doing Twitch more as well, actually. And it's more lucrative on top of it. I think it's kind of a win-win-win in a way. The only thing is I just don't want to abandon YouTube. And the other problem is just, like, you know, mentally, emotionally, I'm not necessarily feeling the most capable of taking all the criticism that I need to be taking on a day-to-day basis. So that's my own failing. I'm not holding anybody up for that. It's just, you know, I wish sometimes it was a little easier on the comment sections. But people are going to be people. They don't necessarily have to be beholden to what I'm going through from a moment-to-moment basis, you know? And then, like, this carries over when I play a game like Bloodborne, where if I'm not feeling my best, if I'm, like, kind of a little bit in pain from sitting too much and, like, have a headache, which I've done a lot of streams with headaches, and I don't tell everybody all the time because it gets to be excessive. And then I get a bunch of, like, shit in the game that makes me angry. I'm like, oh, I just can't handle it. And then I say a bunch of stuff that I don't actually mean. And then everybody assumes it means that I'm just tearing the game a new asshole for no reason because I'm a horrible, cynical person. Maybe I am a horrible, cynical person sometimes. But I don't think it's what's my defining characteristic. I hope not, anyway. Yeah, a backlog would help. I just haven't even really had the energy to really produce many videos in one day. I've kind of felt like if I'm going to spend 3 or 4 hours doing something, I'd rather just be on a stream. Because I feel like it's just a warmer reception. Everybody's just in a kind of a better mood. And when I end a stream, I always feel like I'm in a better mood than when I started almost always. There's been a couple times when I've had a migraine in the middle of it, and then, you know, I kind of feel like shit at the end. But that's not anybody's fault other than my mind and my brain chemistry. Oh, thanks, Wolfer. That's nice of you to say. Next defining characteristic is his gangsterism. There's a reason why most big YouTubers turn comments off. It's not even that I get many comments, though. I just get, like, a handful of them, and then a bunch of them that are negative. So, I think it's just because I put across too negative of an energy a lot of the time, and people kind of ride and flow on whatever it is that you put out. That's what I've noticed in the majority of things. Which is why I tend to try to stick to games that I can have a really happy, energetic relationship with. The whole Bloodborne thing now, I'm starting to think maybe it was just a mistake. Like, maybe I just shouldn't have done that. Like, I should play it, obviously, but I mean, streaming it all, and, well, streaming it is not the regret, but posting on YouTube maybe I shouldn't have done. It's just too negative. I don't know. And it's not like a lot of people are watching it either. It's getting like 1,000 views, which when I have 72,000 subscribers, not so great. I mean, I've looked at my stats and way too much, in fact, and the vast majority of content that I post gets less than 1% of the viewership of my subscribers, and of that, the engagement is really low as well. So there's clearly a lot of things wrong with my YouTube channel, and I get it. I was just kind of hoping that I could weather through the storm of all the stuff going on in my personal life, find a way through that, figure out a way to balance out everything, and then just come back with like a redoubled sense of purpose and get a lot of recording done somehow. And now I'm just starting to wonder, do I even want to? You'd be a great analyst for other YouTubers? You think so? YouTube is great for side counts. You want to focus on Twitch? Oh, I know. That's kind of what I've been doing, unfortunately, for the last few months. I mean, I did post a bunch of videos, but I hadn't been completely consistent, and I felt like it was okay to post, like, 2 Twitch VODs a day, and not always post something directly for YouTube, and I think that's where the big problem is. YouTube is the only way I can manage to watch your Bloodborne series. I love it. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing, is I want to help the Twitch people that don't always have time to be at the streams, you know? So it's a little awkward there, too, because the VODs on Twitch are generally not the greatest, and, I mean, granted, apparently they've added it to mobile, which is really good. But as far as it being on YouTube, that's really the only way to permanently archive that stuff. And it's not like I don't post my chat on most of those VODs, so it's like, hey, the quality's pretty good, the audio's the same as it is, it's kind of just the same thing, only I'm not talking to the YouTube viewers directly, and I have real-time feedbacks for stuff. So like with Bloodborne, when I'm like, hey, how do I find this Bloodstone? People can just tell me, instead of me having to wait through potentially 3 days of angry comments going, why didn't you fucking get the Bloodstone, you idiot? And then I feel kind of bad about the whole thing, and then everybody feels kind of bad about the whole thing, because then I don't want to make any more videos of it. Yeah, if Twitch VODs were less iffy, maybe that would be another way to go. Just stop posting Twitch stuff on YouTube and just have it be a clear delineation. And then there's like what Kate and Dan do, where they just, well, okay, maybe not in Kate's sake, but for Dan, where he just kind of stops talking to chat when he records, you know, stream records, and then just take those and put them on YouTube, and then it's basically you're just talking to YouTube. But, I don't know, the exclusivity of a YouTube channel is kind of where it's at, too. People like that, I don't blame them. Why don't you give that thing about eating on stream a try? I would pay to see you eat. I don't know about that. I actually don't really like to eat on stream at all. I draw the line at drinking, for the most part. I think that's probably the way to go. Make another YouTube channel? Oh, for the VODs and stuff? Oh, and thank you, Captain Jobby. I'm glad that you're getting something out of the VODs. My experience with them has been very bad compared to YouTube, yeah. Don't abandon YouTube, I love your channel. I don't think I'm gonna. It's just I gotta figure out a way through this properly, and it might mean not really actively uploading stuff for another couple weeks. One thing I know for sure, though, when the new Terraria update comes out, I couldn't possibly afford not to do another Let's Play on that. I mean, that was one of the only series that I've done that was just me doing a Let's Play that I think actually achieved something for the channel, like in a large sense. I mean, indie impressions, I guess, as well, but it's not like that gets massive viewership. My first Terraria video got like 74,000 views, which is some of the highest I've had. In fact, for a series outside of indie impressions, I think that is the highest views I've had. So, you know, I can't ignore that, and I love Terraria, so that's kind of like there's no downside to that. I think people are going to be rude on YouTube anyway, because it's not a live face of people and don't need to own up to what they say. Yeah, I know. That's true, Billy the Ferret. I think that is the way it is. And if things were more stable, I wouldn't have to really think about it so much. I don't know, I'm taking everything way too personally lately, and that's something I gotta deal with. Should you do a separate Terraria stream world? I'd love to see you stream it. Yeah, well, the plan that I had was I was going to potentially do my series, and then also do a stream series with Austin, because he said he wanted to do something. So, yep, I guess that's maybe where I'm going. How long does it take to make a video? Well, for something like Indie Impressions, it takes longer than normal because I've got to find and scout out games, I've got to set up for them, I've got to record them, and by the way, setting up isn't always super easy because I've got to sound balance and do a little recording test strip there, where I do a, you know, variety of volumes and talk over them. If I use DxTory, I might be able to get away with not doing that, but I don't. Or if I had a mixing board, perhaps. Yeah, set up for it, record it, then I've got to render it, then I've got to upload it, then I've got to write the description. So, for Twitch, it's so much simpler. I just play a game, talk over it, call it a day. I mean, then I could do stuff on YouTube, but the setup, I mean, aside from setting up stuff in OBS, which I have mostly pre-configured now, putting up my green screen when I do, moving some stuff around my room a little bit, so I just move my camera around or move my mic around. For console games, I have to change stuff around a little bit. That takes like 10 minutes. But I'd have a much faster time setting up for streaming Bloodborne than I would doing a single Indie Impressions video every single time. So, you know, in terms of time versus value, Twitch streaming pretty much wins in every possible respect. But in terms of gravitas, I don't feel comfortable necessarily going to PAX and being like, hey, I'm exclusively a Twitch streamer, because I don't think I have the viewership to really say that properly. Not that my Twitch channel is small by any means, but, you know, the big guys have several 100,000 followers. I'm still sitting in the 20-ish range, so not that I'm complaining either. I have a fantastic group, and you guys are wonderful, and I have no complaints at all. I'm just saying, I don't really feel comfortable just being a Twitch streamer. It doesn't seem like the end-all, be-all. I also wanted to pay somebody to redo my website, because I have let that sit for way too long, too, and I wanted to make that more of an active place. So, now that I'm dealing with this car bill, I don't know, I'm trying to decide what my priorities need to be, and what's going to happen over the summer. because I'm probably not going to PAX Prime. I don't think I can afford it. It's a lot of balancing. Thank you for the update and look into your life. I'm heading out. No problem. Yeah, you guys are probably getting ready to head out, and that makes sense. Who gives a shit how big your audience is? A lot of people do. Outside of myself even, I mean, because I do care about that to some degree. I do want to continue forward momentum as much as possible, which is why it sucks so much when I lose 50 subscribers on YouTube, or don't seem to be making any progress in that factor. But yeah, when you're trying to apply for things, when you're trying to get people to take notice of who you are, and like everyone in your friend circle gets a key for a game and you don't, you're like, hey, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? You know, that stuff weighs on me way too much. Since when do you have a website? Indie-impressions.com. I've had it for like 2 years. 3 years, because I think I launched it around when I started Indie Impressions, actually. Yeah, Countdown's kind of got the right idea. Not that I'll starve to death, but it might not become practical if I don't continue to move in the right direction. And then I have to start weighing, can I continue to do this and all that? And right now, everything's fine. It's just I want the security of knowing that I'm going up instead of floundering or going down-ish. You know? Will the Indie Impressions come back? I'd like to say they will, yeah. I mean, the list I have of games that I need to play for it is just so long. You'll help on the website for free? I appreciate that. I got somebody in mind, though, but that is good to know that there are people out there that would. And if it comes to it, I'll be happy to hit you up for that info. But I don't even feel comfortable with you doing it for free, even if you did. I'd rather pay you. That's kind of the right way to go. Stream with a shirt that shows your cleavage. Those boobs will get you subs. Branch out, maybe you'll find the next big thing. Oh, you tweeted me the Ditto thing. Thank you. Indie Impressions Forum is a sad ghost town. You're right, it is, and it sucks, and it makes me sad when I think about that. No, I know I don't have to do any games in particular. I just feel bad that I went from I don't want to let a single person down to like I really hate letting anyone down to I'm letting everyone down, which is frustrating and silly. Anyway, that's been an update on my life to the Action Hank background. Maybe I should just like cut my head out of the corner here and blow that up and then post that on YouTube and be like, hey, this is what's going on. I don't know, figure something out. Anyway, let's go raid somebody. I'm gonna get some food, because I haven't eaten in most of the day.